Happy Thursday, and welcome back to another edition of Let 'em Eat Laughs, the show where comedy, culture, and the culinary collide. First things first, what are we going to talk about? Well, big things, two big things. Number one, I'm still here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm home. I'm happy. I'm coming in on my last days, but the time that I've spent here so far has been really, really amazing. It's always, always great to be home. And second of all, the haircut. Can we talk about the haircut? Let's talk about it, shall we? Yeah, I probably had a lot more hair the last time you saw me, but I've been hooked up. I got the hometown hookup. And so I want you to check out my barber, Nos Nos, Nosnos. He was in Prospect, but he's going to be moving to a newer and better location so that if you're in St. Vincent and you want to get the solid cut, you can go and check him out. Find him on IG. His address is Nosnos, Nosnos underscore barbershop underscore SVG. I'll also tag him in the repost, so definitely check out his work. So, what else is going on with Bish Funny Comedy? Well, I want to remind you, for those of you that haven't gotten your tickets yet, that this coming Saturday, April the 1st, we're having our Let 'em Eat Last live comedy event, what we call our April Fools, the Bun and Cheese comedy show. We'll be back at Toronto's Taste of Life restaurant in the Weston Road and Finch area. Doors open at 7 p.m. and showtime is at 8 p.m. to give you time to fill your belly with something nice, something good. I will be your host for the evening alongside a handpicked selection of some of the freshest comedians that you can find, including Nikki B, Anthony Engelbrecht, and Roma Spencer. You want to get your ticket? Tickets are at eatlaughs-april2023.eventbrite.ca. You can search it up on eventbrite.ca. You can also just check our linktree.com/bishfunny. You can find the link there. You can buy what we like to call the Hungry Belly show only ticket, which is not to suggest that you're actually going to be hungry, but more that you're just going to pay for admission to the show, and then you can come there and choose to buy whatever you want to buy from the menu. So that's a $25 ticket. Or if you want to save some money and take out all of the issues of trying to decide what to get, so if you want to save some money and have some convenience, you can buy a food inclusive ticket for $40, and that includes the show and your meal. You'll have your choice of chicken or vegetarian stew peas with rice, salad, and Taste of Life's world famous macaroni pie. So I hope that you will join us. It's going to be live. It's going to be great. We got good food, great jokes. So get your tickets, and we hope to see you next Saturday. Now, we have an exciting show tonight ourselves here on Let 'em Eat Laughs. You may remember several weeks ago, we introduced what we call our Funny Foodie feature, where instead of just talking about food, we actually get to have a hands-on situation watching somebody create the food and getting to taste it. Well, at least me getting to taste it. I do it for you. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So a few weeks ago, we had Chef Karima, who hooked us up with some delicious lobster mac and cheese, which was, it was stellar. If you haven't seen that episode, just, back up a little bit and you could go and enjoy it with me. And then tonight we're having another foodie feature. I maintain personally that there is a symbiotic relationship between comedy and the kitchen, because the kitchen has it all. To me, the kitchen is where comedy is born, right? The laughter, the heat, the sweet, the spicy, all the other flavors, and you mix it all up, just like how we comedians mix it up on stage. Now, similar to cooking, making people laugh, it's not an exact science, right? Like, you don't just say, I'm going to give 1 cup of this and a teaspoon of that, and it's guaranteed laughs, or like we would say in the Caribbean, a tinsa this and of this is more like how you have to do it. We have to use our judgment. We got to substitute the ingredients. We have to adjust the seasonings to create something that can be different for every audience or different for every palate, but yet still delicious and oh so satisfying. So tonight we're going to bring you the culinary freestyling skills of our good friend Ali, courtesy of Nana Ali's Kitchen. Nana Ali's Kitchen, and you can look for her on Facebook as well under Nani Ali's Kitchen. She's going to be showing us how we make and enjoy a Vincentian delicacy called modongo. So thanks for being here with us tonight, and we're going to pull up that video and we're going to enjoy it together. Grocery store and get yourself the traditional chocolate and grate it yourself and make something just like this for because this is the best thing to start your day. Better than Milo, better than Horlicks, better than anything you would even think. Definitely better than Nestle Quick. This is what you want with the biggest, freshest bay leaves.
Yeah, so I have some boiled already, so I'm just gonna add because I add so much more of it. You have to be careful when you're doing chocolate. Okay.
Well, welcome to Let 'em Eat Laughs, Ali. I'm really excited about what we're going to be cooking today. I'd also like to send a shout out to our guest host, our celebrity guest host, Keija Gray from Openly Gray with Keija Gray. Yay!
And we are with Ali from Nana Ali's Kitchen.
Wow, yeah. Okay, so this morning, my housekeeper is from Sandy Bay. And yesterday we just celebrated National Heroes Day. So
St. Vincent to the world!
yeah, so everything was local. So today, when we went out to Sandy Bay yesterday, went on a road trip, we had modongo bakes and saltfish bulgur. My housekeeper made that for us. So here she is. Come here, come here. This is Yvonne.
Hey, Yvonne, it's
Hi, Yvonne.
Tantin.
And we call her Tantin. So we making modongo today.
All right,
So she brought in the raw stuff, and we're gonna show you how to make that. This before she wet it and turned this into a ball, it was dry starch, right?
So that was dry.
Yeah,
Starch. It was arrowroot starch.
arrowroot starch,
Okay.
right? So she wet it and made it into a ball. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna cook it. We're gonna boil it, right? And after it's boiled, we're gonna show you what it looks like, and then we're gonna mix it into this. In here we have nutmeg, ginger, coconut, and we're gonna put cinnamon also,
Cinnamon and some sugar.
and a little pinch of sugar. Some people don't like sugar in theirs, so you can just put a pinch of salt inside of it, and then we're gonna make the modongo, and it's gonna look like this after. When we finish kneading it, this was one that she did for me yesterday. And we're gonna
Nice.
cut this up and make them into little bakes, and then we're gonna fry them.
Ooh, can't
It
wait.
is so yummy.
I will say that's
All right.
definitely a nod to the culture. I want to send a shout out to our African American viewers because you see that the same salt versus sugar in grits argument is the same one that we have over modongo. With sugar or without sugar, salt in your modongo, sugar in your modongo, so it's Pan-Africanism because these types of things are playing out all over the world, whether it's fufu, whether it's grits, whether it's modongo, whether it's something else. We got the sugar side and we have the salt side. Which side are you? I'd like you to put that in the comments if you have a chance to just say if you're team sugar or team salt when it comes to grits, when it comes to porridge, when it comes to bread, when it comes to your modongo, team sugar or team salt.
Okay. And then we're gonna make cocoa tea. So we're gonna put cinnamon, bay leaf,
These are
right?
the best bay leaves in the world.
And we're gonna use cocoa. This guy makes these cocoa. His own is grounded, but you can get it by the stick also. His name is Cameron, I think. Really good stuff. Already flavored. It has cinnamon and it has nutmeg and everything in the chocolate, in
Have
the
a look
cocoa.
at that. This is something. So you're saying then this is the same thing when we get the little sticks
Yes.
and the piece of cinnamon and the piece of nutmeg in the bag when we go to the West Indian store and we take
Yes,
it and we grate it
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
grade it
So
and
he has done everything for you and have it nicely packaged.
and sealed,
Yeah.
vacuum packed, sealed in this bag. So yes, this is the next level of cocoa tea. Throw away your graders or use them for something else.
Yeah.
I guess.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna give you get you some of that to take back so you can give some of your friends to sample because it's really good.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll give it to some of my friends to sample. Sure, sure, I'll do
Yeah.
that.
So we're gonna make cocoa tea. And
Now, see, now those of you who are not privy to this type of, quick pre-sealed thing, you can still go to your West Indian grocery store and get yourself the traditional chocolate and grate it yourself and make something just like this for in the morning. Because
Yeah.
this is the best thing to start your day. Better than Milo, better than Horlicks, better than anything you would even think, definitely better than Nestle Quick. This is what you want. With the biggest, freshest bay leaves.
yeah, so I had some boiled already, so I'm just gonna add because I add so much more to it. You have to be careful when you're doing chocolate because it can boil over quickly. So put your stove on medium, right? Turn it on medium and let it boil.
It's just a simmering.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna saltfish enough saltfish yesterday. So today we're gonna just do some scrambled eggs and or with scrambled eggs and or cocoa tea. Pineapple.
Now, if you're
You can tell them that, right?
no, it should be newer.
What would you eat with that if you were vegan or vegetarian and you did not eat eggs?
Well, I would make a little chow mein. See, I have all these veggies there. I would use carrots, cabbage, red peppers, onions, garlic, and just saute it in a little bit of olive oil, a pinch of sea salt, and some sage, and that would be it.
All
And
right.
you would have your modongo beets with that.
All
We
right.
call side. Side is what we call green
Green onions.
onions in
Yeah.
other parts of the world. Now, I say if it was me, I would make a nice callaloo.
Oh,
Cook
yeah.
up some greens. Sometimes you make it with spinach and tomatoes and onions and just mix it up in the pan, or you can make a good traditional callaloo with okra and onions and pumpkin and coconut milk, and that also would taste wonderful on top of the modongo.
So this is the modongo once it's been cooked.
So this jelly on the outside, you
Yeah.
clean it off.
That's the starch.
About how long you would say you cooked it for?
We had that cooking for like about 15 minutes. Yeah, 10 to 15 minutes.
So it's jelly on the outside and it's dusty on the inside.
Yeah.
Let's start now. We're going to mash it. We're going to mash this.
This is a real thing. That's how they do it.
So you're mashing it on top of the skin that you skinned
Yeah,
off. It's all
yeah.
gonna go back in together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
So-
a little.
Salt.
Yeah. Want sugar?
And then,
Yeah.
so we just added let's say a half a teaspoon of salt.
And this is not the kind of recipe, I guess, where it matters so much what you're measuring. You just kind of trust yourself and
Yeah,
eyeball
trust
it.
yourself.
Trust yourself.
Okay. We're going to pour this inside here.
This is nutmeg, coconut, and ginger,
Pour it inside.
and a little sugar. Nice brown.
This
yellow
is brown
sugar.
sugar,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So just about a teaspoon.
We're going to
Knead it.
And
knead
sift
it in. Make sure everything knead in. soft.
You think it's a little too soft? So what do you do to
Yeah,
correct that?
okay. I'm using some of our cornstarch.
Okay.
So if it's too soft,
Soft, yeah.
or like too
Yeah,
wet,
you-
you add more starch.
Starch. Yeah. So the starch dry.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's looking like this when it comes.
So you know it's too soft because it's when
Yeah.
it's sticking to your hands.
Yes.
There's no oil in this when you're
No,
making it.
no. When you fry it, fry it with oil. You could buy this cornstarch.
Yeah, in the supermarket.
Yeah.
They can buy cornstarch. So, see?
And we're gonna have to
All
add
right.
some
That,
leaves
this
to
is
the.
the one that was in the fridge that we got yesterday,
Yep.
and this is the fresh one. So we're gonna fry the fresh one.
All right.
Yeah,
This is
we're
good.
gonna
So
fry it.
even after you make it, you can perhaps wrap it in plastic
Yes,
or put
and
a
store it
plastic
in the
container.
freezer, and I'm gonna show you how she would roll them out in little balls, and you package it like that, and when you're ready, you get up on mornings and you just make your bakes.
Modongo bakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was making them in Sandy Bay yesterday, and everywhere we drove up to, they were all done.
Yeah.
So
Sold
it just
out.
goes to show you how good they taste.
It's really good and healthy for you. So if you don't want to eat bread, modongo is what you eat on mornings.
Because there's no flour in here, correct?
No.
No.
So it's arrowroot,
Starch.
starch, and you mix it into a dough with water, and then you
Yes,
put
Not water.
what do you
Oh yes, you make it into a ball.
Yeah.
before? Yeah, and then you boil that, and then you add the coconut and the
Right.
ginger and the
Cinnamon.
and the.
All your flavors.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess for people too who have what you call it when you have wheat allergies.
Wheat allergies, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This gluten free.
It's gluten free.
Yeah.
Well, I know for me, as a person who shouldn't be avoiding wheat, this is going to be on my list of things.
Yeah. So we're gonna do some of this for you to take back with you and have it packaged and frozen. So when you get home, you take it out from the freezer in the morning,
Hmm.
and you let it sit for a little bit, and you just fry.
And this is where we have Nana Ali telling immigration what I'm gonna have in my suitcase upon my return, so I get searched.
Thanks, Nana Ali.
Yeah, share it with them. Share it with them.
Nice. That was quick.
Now we're going to roll it.
So we're gonna fry, right?
And turn it up on the frying pan.
Okay,
as
we're
well.
gonna do that in a bit. I just want to do my eggs, and then we're gonna do that.
All
So
right.
You do
just
your
show them.
eggs
You see?
first.
Yeah. See that? And we fry it on low heat. So let me go get the plate too. That's how we're gonna fry it. Flat like that.
So it's almost the shape of when you're making doubles. But it will.
Well, more like bakes, like
Bakes, because they're not gonna fluff up like
they're not gonna fluff. Yeah,
As no
there's no leavening in it.
powder and-
Leavening would be like yeast.
Baking
or
soda or
something to make it-
yeast or anything,
Right.
so they're flat.
So they'll be dense.
Yeah, because of coconut. So do you use coconut milk in it? No, just the dry coconut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coconut, ginger. It didn't have any sugar.
Okay. So you can make it sugar free. That's the other thing.
Yes.
So you make it sugar free. You can. That's the thing about cooking at home is the opportunity to modify recipes to fit your dietary needs. I like that.
Good morning.
Okay, so this was a dry mondongo, like when we brought it home, and we crumbled it down and we add the little warm water to reconstitute it. So our goal is to get it right back into the ball so that we can fry it again. So
So we're gonna boil it after this. Would we do that? That's what we do.
No.
no, you wouldn't boil it.
This one done boil already.
It's already boiled.
Yeah, that's the one we
This one
brought
like
home
that.
yesterday.
Oh,
But you
okay,
wanted because it was in the fridge. You want to get it back nice and soft and pliable to be able to roll out to fry.
So when they gave it to us in the bag, all of the outside had already been scraped off, and they
Yes,
gave us
everything
that.
was in it. Yeah.
All right.
All right. All right. so you're starting to fry the modongo bakes.
Yes, and we're not deep frying. Okay?
Not deep frying, so a little olive oil just because I know for myself I have an allergy to soy, but what other kind of oil could you fry it in?
Vegetable oil.
Vegetable?
You can use vegetable oil or coconut,
Coconut
oil
oil.
is nice. Yeah. I don't want to overload the pan, right?
Right. So unlike bakes that are made with flour, you're not going to see this rise because usually with flour, yeast, or any of
Yeah.
those elements, you're going to see rising. This is not going to rise.
So I'm packaging it, and then I'll put them to freeze.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's keep an eye out over here. Ali, no burning today.
No. To tell them that I burn the food every so often.
Well, hey,
Let's have your best burning story. Like, have you ever set the stove on fire?
Oh no, no.
Not so
I put
bad.
I put things in the air fryer and then go on
it's always the air fryer.
air fryer and go on my phone and forget it. So it gets starts to burn. So you see our chocolatey, it's boiling. Soon I'll be straining some of this. Some people like powdered milk with their chocolatey. Some like liquid milk. So I'm gonna use powdered milk this morning because Mike likes that.
Do they still make the brand Klim? Because you know that used to be
Yeah.
my favorite.
We've got everything. Well, every stove is lit with something different.
I want to send a shout out to the Klim generation as well. We used to take the just eat the dried milk in a cup. Oh, it used to be so
Oh
good.
yeah,
No, I
we
used to mix-
love that.
I used to
Dried
mix
milk and
Klim,
some,
Milo,
Milo,
Yeah.
sugar, and Klim
Yes.
Yeah.
in a
just
plastic bag.
dry, and that
And
was
you,
a snack.
and you wet your finger and stick it in there so you.
Yeah.
See, they white people they had fun dip, but we had that was our fun dip.
How do you know when it's time to flip?
I was just about to ask that.
You know, well, you just have to eyeball it. You would start to see the color start turning. So you start getting a little
Brown.
brown
Right, but
there.
On the
Yeah.
when it was on the other side, were you looking around the edges to see if it was? If it
Yes,
was
so, yeah. And so you see, I don't have my stove up too high either. You want to slow cook it so that the starch will cook too.
Okay,
Right.
so it's got to be cooked slow.
Yeah.
so that they can cook right through to the middle.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. So modongo and cocoa tea. So is it time to turn them again? Uh,
Let's see.
yes, Hunty, yes.
Hunting. Here's my thing. I like mine a little, with a little color.
See, I'm nervous about that kind of thing when I make anything like bakes. I just want to make sure they're cooked. Mine would have to be completely brown before they would come out the pot. But this is starch, so it wouldn't brown like flour brown.
Yeah.
So again, I guess it comes back to trust yourself.
Yeah. I will just have to eyeball everything. My chocolate is finished.
Okay.
So we're gonna do
You mix the powdered milk in the cup.
Yeah. I diluted a little powdered milk with some water, like 1 tablespoon, this spoonful. And then I'm gonna strain my chocolate. Oh my gosh. You should smell this. Can you smell
Oh.
that, guys?
Smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
Smell it.
Smell-o-vision. Take that in. Take that in.
Michelle, Keisha, I don't know if I told you this, but I found a brand of condensed milk that's made of oat milk instead of cow's milk.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
I think I found that in coconut as well.
I'd seen it in coconut, and then during the pandemic, we could not get the coconut at all. I used to use the condensed milk and the evaporated coconut milk to make a good pudding. Now I don't see the coconut anywhere, but I just found oat, condensed milk, and evap milk.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. Look how nice that is. And you don't have to even have that with sugar. You can have that without sugar.
Yeah.
Just especially if you're
nice.
diabetic, you don't want to have sugar.
Right.
Right. So we scrambled our eggs, and I placed a bit of pepper jack cheese. We have some tomatoes, so we're gonna get our modongo on the plate.
All
Thoroughly
right.
healthy breakfast.
Nice
That's-
little color on it.
Oh yeah.
That's
what
what
I
you
do.
want. And that's it. Like that one.
I like my modongo like I like my men.
Yeah.
Right.
Hot, black, and strong.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Hot black. No, that's your cocoa tea.
That's a cocoa tea.
That's your cocoa tea. My bakes kind of look like actually these modongo bakes look like your husband.
Oh no, they look like your husband.
Oh yeah.
They're strong, light, and kind of greasy.
Oh, no shade.
This one is ready.
They're
to
so
come.
editing that out. Or not.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna put one to taste, you know, you better have one that's already.
So you break one apart.
Yeah. So you see that?
Yeah.
Look at that gluey part on the inside.
Yeah.
That's the starch.
Too hot.
Ooh.
You can smell it. You can smell all the cinnamon
Look
and
at all that
seasoning.
steam coming off of that. I don't
Yeah.
even know how you can hold that with your bare
Yeah.
hand like that.
Yeah. And it smells good. And let's taste.
She can't even talk.
It's that good.
But it's good. You can taste nutmeg. You can taste cinnamon.
Ginger.
You can taste the ginger, the coconut. And boy, if you had some saltfish bulgur with this, oh my god, that would be awesome. But we served it up with eggs this morning. Yeah.
All right.
Now let me ask you, Ali, you're from Tobago. Is this modongo, is it uniquely Vincentian or can you find it anywhere? in the
Vincentian.
Caribbean?
Vincent.
I didn't know anything about this until I came here. But we knew about cassava, like cassava cuckoo, cassava dumplings,
Cassava bread.
cassava bread, that kind of stuff. This is a Vinci thing.
Yeah, because
That
Vincentians.
cassava bread. We answer every grain.
So our root was our greatest export at one point, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
this would be a staple for Vincentians because of starch.
Yeah.
We fed our babies with that.
That's right.
Yeah. Our root porridge.
Arrowroot porridge.
It's really good.
More coconut in mine. I'd like to, because I like coconut. So I would like mine to have a little bit more coconut, grated coconut. You don't only put one coconut in there. I put some more so you get the sweetness.
Not one.
Half?
One little.
So,
So
if
this
you
is
had-
what was in there. This is the coconut that's in the modongo and the ginger.
If you had to
Go ahead.
if you had to estimate about how much of the ingredients would you say you use? Like how much starch did you boil to make the ball?
1 pound.
1 pound?
Yeah.
A pound of starch.
To make this ball.
Okay.
Right.
1 pound.
And then for coconut, you could use a cup, if you're using a measuring cup, a cup of coconut. Use a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of nutmeg, ginger. You can use, let's say, like about, some people like a lot of ginger in theirs. You can use like about a tablespoon of ginger.
Now you know some people they if they buy their coconut at the supermarket, they buy it processed. It's dried. It's already shredded in a bag. It's not moist. It's very dry. Would something like that would that still work to make this, or should it always be fresh grated coconut?
I mean, the best one would be the fresh grated coconut, but if you're using packaged coconut, that can be used also. Because remember, you're gonna wet it.
Okay.
After you put in have the starch and all the other ingredients, you're gonna wet it so it will come together. Yeah? But fresh is always better. Yeah?
Fresh is always better.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. My My modongo is good. Mike's enjoying his modongo. He eating modongo. I eating modongo. Modongo, modongo. I'm drinking my cocoa tea. Cheers, man. This is so good. All right, so we are getting ready to plate up. I mean, we made the modongo bakes, but because Allie's such a boss, she decided she was gonna whip up some saltfish.
So it's saltfish, red peppers, tomatoes, onions, celery, chive, all of that tossed up in a little bit of olive oil and some cabbage. So that's like a good full meal there. So me and my girlies, we're gonna be chowing down. We're gonna be having that with our modongo bake.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna eat because that's what we do. Food brings us together. So we're eating.
Where's my camera so high? But hey, we're eating. Yummy.
We're having sausage bojo and modongo. Oh, I did put a little shadow benny in it also. That's our local herb.
All right, so let me show the
I
food.
grew
now.
that in the backyard. I will chop it up.
Nice.
I tell you, I'm about prepping because we have to cook on such a large scale and for so many people. I prep.
So let's talk a little bit more about that too, the kind of work that Nana Ali's kitchen actually does. Like what is Nana Ali's kitchen besides just this wonderful room that we're in?
Oh, okay. Well, I feed people.
I like that in its simplest form.
I cook for shut-in. I cook for the age. If somebody has any kind of health challenge, it might be friends, might be people from church, the community. That's where I come in. So I cook every day. I mean, I love leftovers too, but I cook every day. I have to cook for my family, cook for my housekeepers, the gardeners, my extended family members. So every day we feed like over 30-something people. So to be able to get things done, as soon as I'm finished making breakfast, I'm ready to start doing lunch. So that's where the prepping comes in. I would cut up all my stuff the day before while I'm cooking, cut up and put stuff in the fridge. Meats are seasoned, and then after breakfast, I start cooking lunch. So that lunch can get out by 11:30. So by 12 o'clock, you can open your bowl and you can start to throw down.
What made you decide that was your ministry?
I grew up in a really big family. I'm 7 of 11 children.
Wow.
And that's something I saw mommy did all the time. Anybody could pass by and say, Miss Corinne, you have anything to eat? And, there would be something left over for somebody. And, food is what brings us together. And we're really supposed to take care of each other. That's just being brothers keeper. And it's what I do. I love to cook. Besides doing here, I love to cook and I love a full house. I love to entertain.
I really want to encourage our listeners to think about this, right? The work of feeding community and serving community is very important work. I know in my generation there was always a lot of everybody wants you to be a doctor and be a lawyer and be rich and and be an investment banker, and I'm not saying that those are not important jobs. Those are important jobs too. Let's not get in our feelings, everybody. However, the work of feeding community, whether we're feeding their bodies or if we're comedians and we're feeding their souls and we're making them laugh, or we're out there putting our hands on people and massaging their bodies and making them feel better, boiling herbs, planting things for people to eat. The work of serving on the community level is work that will sustain you. You may not be a millionaire, you may not see $1 million in your bank, but there will be millions for you to reap from in community.
And that is what we're called to do, eh?
You think it's not going to drop?
Yeah, it will. That's what we're called to do. We're called to serve, and not in a slave kind of way, but to be of service to each other, you know. So that's what I do.
I mean, I think that if everybody got an opportunity to bring what they could, your ministry is food, your ministry is words, my ministry is baking. If we all showed up, we'd be full.
Yeah.
Because it's great to live in a way that allows you to use your gifts and talents.
And another thing is it's like leaving a legacy. You know, when we pass or if we pass before our children, we've laid down a certain type of foundation, that the village is gonna take care of them because we took care of, so it's like laying down a foundation for our children and grandchildren.
I read something like that this week too, where people were talking about, where do I plant my seeds? Where I plant my seeds and where I put the most effort is where I'm going to reap the most harvest. It was a piece in the New York Times. I think it was written by a man who was saying, he had put so much effort into his work, but really his home life and his children were the relationships that he needed to reap from, because that was where he was going to have to be when he stopped working. Many people, they stop working and they come home after they retire and they realize that they don't know their families anymore, and more to the same point, they don't know their communities anymore. They don't know their neighbors, they don't know the people across the street from them, they just don't know anybody.
I live for community.
You do.
I feel it's like, and I feel growing up here in St. Vincent was where I saw that best. Like when I came home, we came home in 1970s.
Hey there, come on in here.
I didn't know anybody, but people knew who I was. They knew who I belonged to, and I felt like I belonged, and I still feel that.
So there we have it. So until lunchtime now.
Yeah, leave it there, come in.
Well, wasn't that delicious? I mean, it was delicious in terms of the food. Trust me, I ate it on your behalf, but it was also delicious in terms of the knowledge that we gained. So I want you to remember, I mean, if there was a lesson to be had from that, it's to think about what Nana Ali is doing for community and to think about what we're doing for our community. She said, food brings us together, which is true, and that we're supposed to take care of each other. So whatever kind of work you do, whatever it is that you're doing walking through the world, just remember that the seeds we plant in community are where we reap the greatest of harvest, because we all have to live somewhere, and the communities that we live in should be thriving, should be sustainable, and they can be so much more if we invest our time and efforts into community. So again, I'm going to close off with reminding you about our event on Saturday, April the 1st, our April Fool's Bun and Cheese comedy show. It's the Let 'em Eat Laughs Live, where we get to take all the great vibes that we have here on our show every week, but still meet and connect in person. I hope you'll come out. Toronto, it's at the Taste of Life restaurant. It's 9 Melvin Drive, Unit 5 in the Weston Road and Finch area. Get your tickets, come out and enjoy these comedians that I'll be standing alongside. Your tickets are on eventbrite.ca. Search for Eat Laughs or Let 'em Eat Laughs, Bish Funny Comedy. You can find us. Show only tickets. If you just want to come and see a show and chill, $25. Or if you want to have your belly filled with good laughs and good food, $40 food inclusive ticket. I'm really looking forward to seeing you there, and I hope I'll see you soon for another Let 'em Eat Laughs. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us.